You guys knew I was coming for this story, right? Not only because I think it's very important for all of us to be calling out Islamophobia and anti-Arab racism, always, but especially right now because it is so heightened and hysterical in the West. But also because I love any excuse to remind everybody what garbage the media is. So for those of you who haven't seen it, and I think most of you probably already had, this Zionist was on a CNN panel last night with Mehdi Hasan, and just listen to this insane, unmitigated, open Islamophobia and racism.
Don't want to be called Nazis. Stop doing.
You're called an
You've
been called an anti-Semite more than anyone else's table.
Yeah.
And people sit there and, no, by me. I never called you an anti-Semite. Okay. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying
I'm a supporter of the Palestinians. I'm used to it.
Yeah, well, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. The thing is that
you just say I should die?
You should not.
No,
Did you just say I should be killed?
No.
So this Zionist said to Mehdi Hasan, I never called you an anti-Semite. And he said back, well, I am a supporter of the Palestinians, so I'm used to it. And then he responded to that comment saying, I support the Palestinians with, oh, well, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. It's amazing that the name of this panel was criticizing Trump for a crude, racist, misogynistic rhetoric. And then they have this open, racist Islamophobe on their panel to be the one to discuss that. Come on. You guys, they're so racist that Mehdi Hasan just saying, I support the Palestinian people is met with him saying, I hope your pager doesn't go off. A reference to the terrorist attack that the Israeli regime carried out against Lebanon and Hezbollah, which incidentally is not Hamas, that killed a bunch of innocent civilians, including 2 children. And honestly, he probably thought he was going to get away with it because Zionists do this all the time and there's never any pushback. So that's why he's shocked they even reacted. But I like them pretending like this isn't how CNN is. Like Abby Phillips, listen to what she says, her response here.
Inciting violence against
Ryan,
women.
That's disgusting.
That is completely.
Good
That
job,
is
CNN.
completely
That's first
out
block.
of
Say the
pocket.
Muslim guy
You know
should
that.
be.
It's really out of pocket. Well, that's one way to put it. I don't want anybody to get it twisted, okay? Abby Phillips is a shill, just like the rest of them. Everyone on CNN is a shill. The list is way too long to get through it in even like an hour or 2-hour podcast, okay? Let's just review a few receipts of how CNN as a network is Zionist propaganda through and through. This is not a single guest problem. So here's the host of that show last night, Abby Phillip, repeating the beheaded babies hoax shortly after October 7th. Now you might say, okay, this was really soon after, so maybe she didn't know, it hadn't been debunked yet. It's still on her Twitter. It is still on her Twitter. She never corrected it. Here's Tapper Jake repeating a lot of the same hoaxes, interviewing that discredited propaganda rag Zaka, letting him lie and repeat the fabricated hoaxes. Here's Aaron Burnett on CNN, interviewing someone who said they personally saw the beheaded babies hoaxes shortly before having to walk it back because it was debunked. They never apologized for this, by the way. If you even look a little bit, you will find endless examples of CNN lying, purposefully lying, and promoting Zionist propaganda and debunked lies in order to push more hatred for Palestinians and Arabs and Muslims and to manufacture consent for the genocide. They have actually been probably one of the biggest cheerleaders of it. Remember how Casey Hunt went on CNN and referred to this 6-year-old Hind Rajab who was massacred by the IOF as a woman? She blocked me after I called her out for it. Remember how Dana Bash and Tapper Jake went on a whole crusade against Rashida Tlaib, making up out of whole cloth her supposedly being anti-Semitic to the Attorney General of Michigan? It was debunked. Like the journalist who actually originally reported on the story came out and said, Dana Bash and Jake Tapper are lying. And they never corrected it and never apologized for it. Remember when it was leaked that Tapper Jake wanted to increase scrutiny of Tlaib and Omar before the midterms because he thinks that the media is too soft on Muslim women? Remember when internal memos from their own staff leaked to say that they had a pro-Israel slant inside the organization? Remember when Dana Bash chided Pramila Jayapal for condemning the slaughter of women and children in Palestine, and she went on to repeat the mass SA hoax over and over and over again while denying what was happening to the Palestinians? I could go on forever, baby. So can Abby Phillips spare us her fake apology? Because this wasn't just a problematic guest. This is endemic to the culture at CNN. CNN as an organization is racist toward Arabs. CNN as an organization is Islamophobic. CNN as an organization is Zionist. So them even having a little bit of pushback for someone on their panel saying something so openly racist and Islamophobic is the exception to the rule.